Hello and welcome to video number 6 in the Demystifying Music Theory video series. We'll be covering the last 3 remaining chords today. They're what I call the odd group. Each of these chords is played differently than any of the other major chords that we've looked at, but they are important to complete our study of the 12 major chords. Because each of these chords in the odd group are unique, it makes them stand out and stand apart from the other 3 chord groups that we've studied. So the 3 chords in the odd group are B flat, B, and F sharp. From our list of 7 basic triads, we will use the basic BDF triad for both the B flat and B chords. That's the BDF original triad, and the FAC original or basic triad for the F sharp chord. So we've got a BDF triad for B flat and B, and we've got FAC, that basic triad for the F sharp chord. If you want a memory aid to remember the chords in this group, think of the word BB gun. But for our purposes, instead change the G to an F and think BB fun. So we've got a B, and an F. That would be B flat, B, and F sharp chords. Okay? Each of these 3 letters stand for a chord in this odd group, and they're the chords B flat, B, and F sharp. So that's the 4th group, the last group. Now let's spell these 3 triads. Well, B flat is a black, white, white chord. The basic triad for B, as we just said, is BDF. So if the basic triad is BDF and the B in the B flat chord is flat, then our triad becomes B flat, D, F. Now B is a white, black, black chord. The basic triad for B is BDF, and because it's a white note, the B chord is spelled B, D sharp, F sharp, and of course the sharps there are black notes. So, and then the last chord in this group is the F sharp chord. The F sharp is the black, black, black chord. The basic triad for F is FAC. So our F sharp chord is spelled F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Now here's a couple helps to remember the chords B flat, B, and F sharp. For the B flat chord, the one note obviously is black. It's B flat. And the 3rd and the 5th are white notes. So we've got a black, white, white. The black note, B flat, and then 2 white notes for the 3rd and the 5th interval of that chord. The B chord, on that one, the 1, or B, is a white note, obviously white. It's not B flat, it's just B. That would make it a white note. And the 3rd and 4th are black notes. So the B chord is spelled B, D sharp, F sharp. And the last one, the F sharp chord, in that one all the notes are black. The 1, 3, 5 in the F sharp chord are black notes. Well, the basic F triad, as you know, is FAC. And because it's black notes, the F sharp chord is spelled F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Now, just before we close out this portion of the video, I want to give you one more thing to think about. We've studied 12 major chords, putting them in 4 groups, 3 chords in each group. We said that each of these 12 chords can be the one chord of a key signature. Okay, so we've studied 12 major chords. Each one of those stands for a key, and so there was 12 of them. But actually, there are 15 key signatures in music theory. 15 of them as far as the major chords are concerned. Well, there are 7 key signatures with sharps, actually, and there's also 7 key signatures with flats, and then there's 1 key signature with no sharps or flats, and that's the key signature C. Well, that makes a total of 15 key signatures. Let me go over that again. There's 7 key signatures that have sharps in the key signature, and there's 7 key signatures that have flats in the key signature, and then there's 1 key signature with no sharps or flats, and that's obviously the key of C. 7 and 7 and 1 makes a total of 15 key signatures. Now in the next video, I'm going to show you how we come up with 7 key signatures with sharps and 7 key signatures with flats, and then the key of C to make 15 key signatures for the major chords. But for now, I just want to tell you the 3 key signatures that we haven't covered, because we've covered 12 of them, and now I just throw into the mix that, hey, there's 3 more. So don't get too worried about it. We can get through this. We didn't cover the key signature of C flat. That's one of the 3 that we didn't cover. But we did cover its enharmonic key, and that is the key of B. So if you can think about that for a minute, and think of where C flat is, and think of where B is, well, the C flat chord is spelled C flat, E flat, G flat. And we didn't cover the key signature of C sharp, but we did cover its enharmonic key, the key signature of D flat. So here we have a C sharp and a D flat, just like we previously had a B and a C flat. Those are the same notes. The letters are changed, but it's actually the same place on the keyboard. So before I get too far afield here, let's just do the third one. We didn't cover the key signature of G flat, but we did cover its enharmonic key, and that's the key of F sharp. You think about that, the F sharp and the G flat are the exact same note on the keyboard or on your instrument. The G flat chord is spelled G flat, B flat, and D flat. Now, if we didn't have enharmonic keys, if we didn't have this, there would be times, depending on the key signature that we're in, that the letters and the numbers really wouldn't match up appropriately. When we want to look for a perfect fourth or a perfect fifth, we're also considering the letters that are involved in whatever we happen to be looking at in theory. And for those to match up properly, they've got to go along with adding 7 flats and adding 7 or being able to add all 7 flats, all 7 sharps, and the key of C in order to make it so that every single key is going to work the same way. You've probably heard of the circle of fifths, and we'll be covering that in the next video, video number 7, and I'll explain how we get 7 key signatures with sharps and 7 key signatures with flats, and when we add in the key signature of C to get to that total of 7 major key signatures. So keep these last 3 enharmonic chords or keys in your mind until we meet again in video 7. So I'm going to remind you of what these are. These are ones we haven't covered, like we did in the groups. These are 3 enharmonic key signatures, And so they and say, well, how does that all work? I'm confused. The way that it works is how you see it on a staff. So if a person was playing in the key of C flat, that's what it would look like. That would be a note C on the sheet music, but if it was in the key signature of C flat, he would know, or she would know, that the C note is flatted. Well, the C note, when you flat that, it's also B. Hopefully I haven't lost you on that. Same note. It's just how does it look on the staff? And then for music theory, in order for everything to be, up to snuff and not have any holes in the theory, we cover these so that can be done. And so it's C flat. The ones we haven't studied are C flat, spelled C flat, E flat, G flat. See, there's our basic triad of C, E, G. So this isn't, you'll have to think this through, but it's not quite rocket science, almost, all right? C sharp is another key that we didn't study. And the C sharp chord is spelled C sharp, E sharp, G sharp. So there again, we've got our C, E, G triad. Those are not going to change. And then the last one, the last chord that we hadn't studied, and it's an enharmonic key, is G flat. And the G flat chord is spelled G flat, B flat, D flat. So at this point, I just hope you can see it's not going to be that hard to add these to your mental process and get these chords in so that you can think about them and they're not foreign to you. But for now, I want to just say thanks for watching, and look for the next video, which will be video number 7. And we'll talk about the circle of fifths, circle of fourths, and until then, keep making music.